Henry's hateful lies about your mother and your parentage ignited a visceral rage within you. Miles away, Ian seethed, vowing revenge. Wendy's claim about the company fueled your doubt, but Henry's escalating insults shattered it. You moved swiftly, grabbing his collar, your fury captured by the live stream. His fear-filled cries for help went unanswered as he stared into your bloodshot eyes. "Nora," he choked out. Fists clenched, facing the man who defiled your mother, will you strike? And how will Justin react to this public explosion? A gentle voice, tinged with a hint of breathless urgency, cut through the charged air. Every head turned towards the gate, and a figure emerged from the shadows, Caleb Gray. He offered a polite, almost tender nod. "I rushed over when I saw the stream, Nora. I was worried I would be too late." I frowned, a flicker of confusion warring with the lingering anger. What was he doing here? Caleb turned his attention to Henry, his demeanor instantly shifting. A note of disgust even colored his voice. "Do you really think there's no one left who knows the truth about what happened back then?" Henry clutched his bleeding nose, a pathetic sight. He scowled at Caleb. "What are you talking about?" "The truth about your marriage to Yvette," Caleb replied, his gaze unwavering. Henry's eyes flickered, a spark of fear momentarily visible. "What I just said was the truth. What are you implying? Are you planning to twist everything? Who are you anyway? Why would you want to help someone like her?" He gestured towards me with a dismissive wave. Caleb sighed, a weariness that seemed to belie his age settling over him. "I'm Caleb Gray." A shocked expression washed over Henry's face. "What? What exactly happened back then, Mr. Gray?" I asked, my voice low but carrying. Caleb sighed again, the sound heavy with the weight of the past. "I was only 3 years old at the time, Nora, so I didn't witness everything firsthand. But my father told me about it, and his account is considerably different from the story your father just fabricated. The Gray family's reputation in California preceded them. Henry knew better than to cross them." Caleb turned his gaze back to me, his expression softening slightly. "It's true that your mother was pregnant before she married your father, Nora," he said slowly, his voice measured. "But everyone knew that. It wasn't a secret. She was already showing when they got married." My eyes narrowed. "And then what happened?" I pressed, my voice demanding the truth. "Your father was just a clerk at the time, Nora," Caleb explained, his gaze steady. "But your mother, she had feelings for him. She told him the truth about her pregnancy." Henry sputtered, his denials weak and unconvincing. "That didn't happen at all." But Caleb reached into his jacket pocket and produced a small, antique voice recorder pen. He pressed the play button. A clear, distinct conversation began to fill the air. The voice, so familiar yet strangely distant, was my mother's, calm, resolute. "Are you involved with anyone, Henry?" she asked. Henry's voice, younger, more hesitant, trembled slightly. No, I'm not." "Would you be willing to marry me then?" Yvette asked, a hint of something unreadable in her tone. "What?" Henry's disbelief was palpable. Yvette let out a low, humorless chuckle. "It would simply be a business arrangement. I'm pregnant, and my child needs a father. Your mother is ill, and you need money for her treatment." The sound of Henry swallowing hard was clearly audible on the recording. Then your assets," he began, his voice grasping. "I'm sick, Henry," my mother stated, her voice flat and devoid of emotion. "The doctors have told me that with my weak heart, there's a high likelihood that I won't live very long. The best I can hope for is a year with my baby before my heart gives out. After I die, the company will go to my child. I've already found a dedicated manager. As for you, you'll be my child's guardian. The dividends you'll receive before she turns 18 will be more than enough. I won't hold you back from getting married and having children either. I just want you to take good care of my child. In return, I'll transfer the villa where I'm living to you." Henry's voice was thick with disbelief. Why did you pick me?" Yvette merely chuckled, offering no explanation. Aren't you worried that I won't be a good father?" Henry pressed, his voice laced with a hint of desperation. My mother's reply, even after all these years, struck me with its cold pragmatism. "I don't expect you to be perfect, Henry. Just make sure that she stays alive. Other than that, I'm sure you can figure the rest out." A brief silence hung in the air before she continued, her tone hardening slightly. "By the way, if anything happens to my daughter, then the villa will be taken back, and the company's dividends cut off. Do you understand?" Yes, I understand, Henry replied quickly, his eagerness evident. Okay then. If you agree, just sign this contract here. I'll give you 3 days to consider. Henry's voice, tinged with avarice, cut her off. No, it's fine. Where do I sign? As the recording ended, a stunned silence descended over everyone. Just make sure that she stays alive. The words echoed in my head. A small, almost imperceptible smile touched my lips. I finally understood. Just make sure that she stays alive, I repeated softly, a newfound understanding dawning within me. Melissa, recovering from her shock, rounded on Henry, her voice filled with disgust. You're worse than a parasite, Henry. How dare you come here and spew your lies after everything we've just heard? Simon's face was a mask of fury. We were willing to let this go to avoid further ugliness, but after this, we want nothing more to do with you. Henry and Wendy clung to each other, their expressions a mixture of disbelief and self-pity. You think you've won? What was Henry about to say? What desperate move might he still have up his sleeve? And with the truth finally revealed, what will become of the company and my future?
Hi, Nora here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Saving Nora Now with the link in the description.